Did you know that your mind has been tricking you this entire time? The thoughts you think are yours, they're not. What if everything you've ever believed about your inner dialogue was based on a lie? In this video, we're diving into a truth so profound, so eye-opening, it might completely change how you see yourself and the world around you. Stick around, because what you're about to discover will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about your mind. 1. The illusion of thought ownership. Have you ever stopped to consider where your thoughts come from? Most people don't. We live under the illusion that we are the sole creators of our thoughts, that every idea, worry, or random memory is uniquely ours. But the truth is far more mysterious. Thoughts arise, seemingly out of nowhere, and yet we claim ownership of them. Why? Because it's what we've always been taught. The reality is that thoughts are like visitors. They come, they linger, and then they leave. They don't define you, nor are they entirely under your control. Consider this. Have you ever tried to stop thinking? The harder you try, the louder your mind becomes. That's because thoughts are not something you do. They happen. By recognizing this, you begin to see that you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness watching them come and go. This shift in perspective is life-changing. When you stop identifying with your thoughts, you create space. Space to observe. Space to choose. Space to be. You no longer feel trapped by the constant chatter of your mind. Instead, you realize that beneath all the noise there is a calm, unshakable presence. And that presence is you. 2. Why you've never truly thought anything. Here's a bold truth. You've never truly thought anything, not in the way you might believe. Thoughts are not original creations but echoes of the world around you. They are shaped by your experiences, your environment, the media you consume, and even the people you interact with. Your mind is like a sponge, absorbing information and rearranging it into what you call your thoughts. But if thoughts are simply reflections of external influences, who or what is the thinker? This question has baffled philosophers and spiritual teachers for centuries. Some argue that the mind is merely a tool, like a radio, tuning into frequencies of ideas and information. Others suggest that thought is a collective phenomenon, something we all share and contribute to. Understanding this frees you from the pressure of figuring everything out. You realize that thoughts are not something you need to control or take too seriously. They are like passing clouds in the sky, constantly changing, impermanent, and ultimately harmless. And when you stop clinging to them, you open the door to a deeper intelligence that transcends thought altogether. 3. The mind as a survival mechanism. Your mind's primary function is not to make you happy, it's to keep you alive. For thousands of years, human survival depended on anticipating danger, solving problems, and analyzing threats. This is why your mind is so prone to overthinking. It's wired to scan for problems, even when none exist. But here's the catch. In today's world, the mind often creates more stress than it resolves. Instead of protecting you from predators, it makes you worry about deadlines, social approval, or hypothetical scenarios that may never happen. It's like a fire alarm that goes off for burnt toast. By recognizing this, you can stop fighting your mind and start understanding it. The mind isn't your enemy. It's a tool that works best when it's guided by awareness. When you stop letting your mind run the show, you reclaim your power. You shift from being a passive participant in your thoughts to an active observer, choosing which thoughts deserve your attention and which don't. 4. The observer behind the thoughts. If you are not your thoughts, then who are you? This question lies at the heart of self-discovery. The answer is both simple and profound. You are the observer, the one who notices the thoughts, the emotions, the sensations. You are the silent witness, watching the mind's endless play without being caught up in it. Imagine sitting in a theatre watching a movie. The screen is filled with drama, action, and noise. But you are not the screen. You are the audience, watching from a place of stillness. This is what it means to be the observer of your thoughts. You don't have to react to every scene or identify with every character. You can simply watch, detached and at peace. This realization is incredibly liberating. It allows you to step back from the chaos of the mind and see it for what it is, a collection of fleeting images and stories. And in that space of observation, you find your true self, a self that is untouched by the mind's chatter, free from its judgments, and infinitely at peace. 5. Detaching from the thought stream. Detachment doesn't mean ignoring your thoughts or suppressing them. It means seeing them for what they are, temporary, ever-changing, and often irrelevant to the present moment. Most of the time, your thoughts are just noise, replaying past events or worrying about future ones. They pull you out of the now, the only moment where life truly happens. To detach, start by observing your thoughts without judgment. When a thought arises, simply notice it. Don't label it as good or bad. Don't try to push it away. Just watch it come and go, like a leaf floating down a stream. This practice, often called mindfulness, creates a gap between you and your thoughts. And in that gap, you find freedom. The more you practice detachment, the more you realize that thoughts are just one small part of your experience. They are not the whole picture. They don't define you or control you unless you let them. By letting go of your attachment to the thought stream, you reclaim your presence, your peace, and your power. 6. The power of silence. Silence is more than just the absence of sound. It is a portal to a deeper understanding of yourself, a bridge between your mental noise and your true essence. Think about it. When was the last time you allowed yourself to sit in complete silence, free from distractions, without reaching for your phone or engaging in internal chatter? In today's hyper-connected world, true silence has become a rare commodity, yet it holds the key to profound transformation. When you immerse yourself in silence, you start to feel the space between your thoughts. This space is not empty. It is filled with awareness. It's in these gaps that you can access the wisdom and clarity that your mind often obscures. Silence allows you to listen not to your thoughts, but to your inner being. This is why those moments of deep stillness, such as sitting by the ocean or walking through a quiet forest, feel so healing. It's not the surroundings themselves, but the silence they inspire within you. Incorporating silence into your life is simpler than you think. Begin by setting aside 5 minutes daily to just be. Sit in a comfortable position, close your eyes, and let the world fade away. Notice the sensations in your body, the rhythm of your breath, and the faint hum of the present moment. Thoughts will arise, and that's okay. Let them pass like clouds in the sky. The goal isn't to stop thinking, but to stop engaging with thoughts. Over time, those 5 minutes can expand into longer periods, and the sense of peace they bring will ripple through your entire day. As you cultivate silence, you may notice something unexpected, a shift in your relationship with the world. You become less reactive and more intentional. Conversations gain depth because you're no longer rushing to fill the void with words. Decisions come with ease because they're rooted in clarity rather than confusion. Silence doesn't disconnect you from life. It connects you more deeply than ever before. 7. Breaking free from mental conditioning. Your thoughts are not original. They are echoes of your upbringing, culture, education, and experiences. From a young age, you've been conditioned to think a certain way, what to value, what to fear, and how to perceive the world. While this conditioning may help you navigate society, it often limits your true potential. But here's the empowering truth. You are not bound by it. You can break free. The first step is awareness. Begin to observe your recurring thoughts and beliefs. Do you constantly tell yourself you're not good enough? That success requires endless struggle? Or that life must follow a specific script? These thoughts are not facts. They are stories you've internalized. Question them. Ask yourself, where did this belief come from? Is it true? And is it serving me? As you uncover the roots of your mental conditioning, you may feel resistance. The mind doesn't like change. It clings to the familiar, even when it's harmful. But breaking free is not about fighting your thoughts. It's about understanding them. Journaling can be a powerful tool in this process. Write down your limiting beliefs and trace them back to their origins. Often you'll find they stem from childhood experiences or societal norms that no longer align with who you are. Breaking free doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process of replacing outdated beliefs with empowering ones. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm not smart enough to succeed," try, "I am capable of learning and growing." These shifts may seem small, but over time they create a massive transformation in how you perceive yourself and the world. Imagine living a life unshackled by fear and self-doubt. A life where you define your own path, not based on what you've been told, but on what resonates with your authentic self. This freedom is not a dream. It's your birthright. 8. The illusion of control. The human mind craves control. We plan, strategize, and worry, believing that if we think hard enough, we can shape the future to our liking. But life is unpredictable, and no amount of mental effort can change that. Control is an illusion, and clinging to it only leads to stress and frustration. Consider this. How many times have your plans gone exactly as expected? Rarely, if ever. Life has its own flow, and trying to force it into your desired outcome is like trying to stop a river with your hands. The more you resist, the more exhausted you become. The key is to let go, not of action, but of attachment to the outcome. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means focusing on what you can control: your actions, your mindset, and your presence. For example, if you're preparing for an important presentation, you can rehearse and give it your best effort. But you can't control how others will react. Instead of obsessing over their response, trust that you've done your part and let the rest unfold naturally. When you release the illusion of control, a sense of freedom emerges. You stop wasting energy on things outside your influence and channel it into what truly matters. Paradoxically, this mindset often leads to better outcomes because you're no longer acting from a place of fear or desperation. Trusting the flow of life doesn't mean abandoning responsibility. It means working in harmony with the universe instead of against it. And in that harmony, you find a peace that no amount of control could ever provide. 9. The inner observer's role. Beneath the constant chatter of your mind lies a quiet presence, your inner observer. This observer is not your thoughts, emotions, or even your personality. It is the silent witness to all your experiences, the unchanging awareness that exists beyond the mind. Connecting with your inner observer is transformative. It allows you to step back from your thoughts and see them for what they are: fleeting mental events, not absolute truths. This perspective is incredibly empowering. Instead of being swept away by every emotion or worry, you can watch them with detachment and clarity. To tap into this observer, practice mindfulness. Throughout your day, take moments to pause and observe your thoughts without judgment. Notice their patterns and how they influence your emotions and actions. As you do this, you'll begin to see a gap between you and your thoughts. In that gap lies freedom. The inner observer is not just a concept, it's a profound experience. When you connect with it, you realize that your thoughts are not you. They are like clouds passing through the sky, while you remain the vast, open space. This realization brings a deep sense of peace and self-acceptance. As you strengthen your connection to the observer, life becomes less overwhelming. Challenges still arise, but they no longer consume you. You navigate them with grace, knowing that at your core, you are untouched by the chaos of the mind. The inner observer is your anchor in a stormy sea, a reminder that no matter what happens, you are whole. 10. Living beyond the mind. Living beyond the mind doesn't mean abandoning thought. It means transcending its limitations. It's about using your mind as a tool when needed and resting in awareness when it's not. This balance is the key to a fulfilling and harmonious life. When you live beyond the mind, you stop being a prisoner of your thoughts. You no longer replay past mistakes or obsess over future uncertainties. Instead, you are fully present in the here and now. This presence brings a sense of aliveness that no amount of thinking can replicate. Imagine waking up each day with a clear mind and an open heart. You approach life's challenges not with fear or resistance, but with curiosity and confidence. You listen deeply to others, respond thoughtfully, and savor even the simplest moments. This is the beauty of living beyond the mind. The journey to this state is not a straight line. It requires patience, practice, and self-compassion. But with each step, you'll feel lighter, freer, and more connected to the world around you. Living beyond the mind is not about escaping life. It's about experiencing it more deeply than ever before. And as you continue this journey, you'll discover the greatest gift of all, the realization that you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them, the stillness that remains when the mind becomes quiet. In that stillness lies the true essence of who you are. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need this message. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. See you in the next one.